UK's #1 golf coach Anders Mankert reveals simple tweaks that quickly saw me hitting my irons a whole lot better.
I just hit a couple of shots there where I was going to hit them as hard as I can, and they were just poker straight.
Catch a lot of fat and thins, a lot. And I want to show you a really cool exercise to learn to get this shaft lean and compression.
Okay.
This is going to help your iron plate, but also your wedge plate.
Look at the pressure you're putting through the shaft, you can really see.
But that's what you're going to do to the golf ball.
It feels like I'm moving so much ahead of the ball. It's crazy for me because I'm usually back here.
That got me excited.
If this becomes the norm,
you
are a better striker than this guy. That's fact. And there really is no reason why it couldn't be the norm.
That felt so solid. Oh my God. I felt like I could put I felt pressure in the shaft.
And these tweaks that Anders is talking about can be easily implemented into your game too.
I honestly think you probably will be a club longer. It's a lovely flight, isn't it?
I'm actually releasing it but getting my hands ahead. That's crazy. Anders, that's awesome.
So obviously with the work you did of this with your swing from last time, it's now an exciting time because you're now able to start to change your impact dynamics with your sternum position, with your hand position. This is an exciting moment.
I'm just going to quickly stop you there and just remind you on what I worked on last time in case you haven't seen the video. I worked on 2 areas in order to strike my irons better. Number 1, quieting down my legs. Essentially, not moving my knees anywhere near as much in the backswing. That was the first point. Number 2 was trying to stop me getting across the line at the top. Here you can see the before and the after, and simply halfway back I was trying to feel as though I turned my forearm of my left arm away from me to behind me, and this really helped me improve. Let's get into this week's lesson.
I feel very excited about this because I'm forever a bit of a flipper.
Yeah, but had you not improved your backswing as it was, you'd still probably be flipping and we'd struggle to get this consistent, but now it's quite exciting. Alex is going to hit the ball in a totally different way.
Which is a very strange concept for me because, like, I would have said I didn't realise how bad it was, if that makes sense. And I thought, oh, you know, I can get round. But then obviously I hit some bad shots. I'm like, oh my God. But the way it feels now is that I just hit a couple of shots there where I was going to hit them as hard as I can, and they were just poker straight.
Dead straight. When we talk about as bad as it was, it's all in context. In that you're a good golfer, you're a professional, so your bad is still very good, but there is also a destructive shot there, and that's the difference between a decent round and a shocker. And what we've tried to do is take that away. Now, I think you now have the tools to change your impact position and compress the ball better, which is exciting because it's going to make you hit the ball slightly lower, spinnier, but further. So what we're going to try and get today is learn to get your sternum covering the ball a little bit better. With your hand positioning, if you watch good players, the hand positioning is kind of like this, isn't it, on impact all the time. You don't see the shaft there, you don't see the sternum here. Now your old position, sternum was a little bit further back and it was a little bit flippier.
So is it fair to say for people watching this right now, if their sternum moves back, they're going to be flippier?
Yeah, and you'll catch a lot of fat and thins, a lot. And I think there's a slight misconception that driver traditionally has been, right, you got to lean off it, hit that ball on the up. It doesn't really exist to this day. Modern equipment is so different to 20, 30 years ago. It launches incredibly high already. The spin is low already. The average Tour Pro now hits down on the driver.
Which is a very surprising comment for people hearing
this. But it's fact. Between 1 and 1.5 degrees down, not up. Whereas traditionally it was always ball forward, lean back, hit it up. Now I'm not saying that your club golfers shouldn't hit it up because there's a lot of them it would benefit enormously. But it's just not as extreme as it used to be. Now if I show you 2 impact positions here, this is a wedge. So my ball is in the centre of my stance. The impact position of that, we would expect, hopefully, to achieve something like this.
So your sternum there is roughly sort of
Sternum's just
here.
Forward of ball, front edge of the golf ball, and my hands are considerably forward, creating a shaft lean.
And for people there, they're probably looking at that going, it's sort of towards your left pocket.
Yep, fair. If we look at the driver impact position now, ball is a little bit further forward, as we can see. If you look at that as an impact, and this as an impact, Alex.
They're the same.
They're the same. If you take away the clubs, my position is the same.
I think that's really interesting. I know you just laid those clubs down on the ground as you would, but you can see how this is angled in this way and then this is just sort of straight back.
Correct. So the hand positioning on both is actually the same. It's opposite the inside of my left leg here.
Yeah.
but one has created a significant shaft lean, the other one is almost vertical.
Yeah.
So my sternum is in front of one and behind the other. My swing has returned the same place, but the angle I'm hitting at is totally different depending on the ball position. I don't need to manipulate it further by doing this.
Yeah.
It's the same, honestly.
Okay.
So it's an interesting way of looking at it.
So it's fair to say, whatever we say right now, I know this is very much about getting my hands ahead, but it would still be relevant for that feeling for people struggling with drive.
100%.
Talking about impact,
yeah, because it will be level as opposed to forward, but the movement's going to be repeated.
Okay.
So we're going to look today at getting you to cover the ball a little bit better with your sternum.
Yeah.
And I want to show you a really cool exercise to learn to get this shaft lean and compression.
Okay.
This is going to help your iron play, but also your wedge play. Now, most of us struggle and have to work really, really hard to get that shaft lean. But when you see that top players hitting a 7-iron, 210 or whatever, on impact, that shaft lean takes that 7 and moves it to a 5.
Oh, really? So that's
so the loft is reduced, the club's made stronger.
Yeah.
Well, most club golfers don't do that. They're doing this. They're creating loft. So
I saw this as I walked in before. I'm very intrigued about this.
So this is just a 6-iron to show the actual power of that 6-iron, the loft of it on impact.
Yeah.
If I set this just flat and neutral, can you see how the handle is in fact 4 to 5 inches in front of the club head?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
If the club sits square, that's where it is.
Yeah.
That's its genuine loft.
Yeah.
If I get my sternum back or my hands there, this loft is now probably an 8/9.
Yeah.
So even if I flush this, that's the distance it's going to get.
Yeah.
Now we want to go the other way.
So for a lot of people, when they go, oh, Alex, why do I hit my 6-iron, 5-iron and sort of 7-iron around the same distance? This is a great explanation because you're probably bringing in the same loft.
They're all ending up as about a 7, 8-iron, 9-iron loft.
Okay.
So we want to take that down. We want to move your low point further forward, and I'm going to show you one of my favourites for this.
Okay. Oh, wow, look at this.
Here we go. We can all make one of these. This is a 60-degree lob wedge.
And why have you chosen 60 degrees for this?
Because I wanted the maximum amount of loft.
Okay.
You could do it with a wedge if you've got an old wedge in the garage.
Yeah.
Stick a garden cane down, it's just as good.
Okay.
But I wanted a 60-degree wedge because I'm going to encourage you in a moment to hit this as low as you can.
Interesting. Okay.
So this would be a brilliant exercise for you. You'll love this. It might.
I like the smile on your face there because I'm excited about my game and you're giving me even more excitement with this drill.
Well, this might come with a bit of pain because if we do this well, so we're going to hit some half shots here.
Okay.
So we're going to take the club back to about here. You're then going to transfer your weight and move your sternum ahead of the ball.
Okay.
And hopefully, if your hands return like this,
Yeah.
this shaft will not touch you.
The if in there scares me a little bit.
It will not touch you.
So just to be clear, because people will see this drill and think that I'm holding it off, you're still feeling that you're releasing the club.
100%.
But it's the fact that your sternum is now ahead, whereas before, you get this sensation of holding off if your sternum's significantly behind.
You'll be able to hit the ball here and release it, but your gauge is, have you hit yourself with this or not? If you look as I turn through this, that club has released, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But it hasn't touched me. It'll rattle when it hits the ground.
But it's not.
On the other hand, if I do this, when my sternum's gone this way and the hands are not leaning forward, you stop, Alex. You also will give yourself a real belt.
You're going to go home and your half's going to go, what the hell have you been doing today?
I might stick a nail through it just to speed the progress up. So I'd like you to try this. Half swings. Here, sternum across, really lean the handle left. Okay? And I'd like you to do a couple of practice swings like that first, like this.
Yeah.
Now, once you've done that, I'd like you to hit a couple of shots with it. Like that.
Just as low as you can.
I want this lob wedge coming out as low as you can do it.
Okay. You made that look very easy, Anders.
We'll see.
So again, for people setting this up, they can just get a alignment stick, shove it down a grip,
100%.
do the same thing, and choose the most lofted old club.
Or
even go on eBay and just buy the cheapest old wedge.
Any old wedge will do, with even a garden cane down the top of it. It's brilliant. So half a swing.
Okay.
So half a swing. Get your sternum moving here now, and lean the handle left. Okay. I don't like to hear the word forward because what often happens is the hands will do that. You could shank it.
Okay.
So more left, less forward.
So just to have you show people that again, Anders?
Yeah.
So it's a really important point.
So handle to the left is this.
So if we did a straight line here, you can see how your hands have worked sort of this way a little bit.
Yep.
Whereas forwards would be, yeah.
That.
It's a really important point, that.
That.
Okay.
Left.
Look at the pressure you're putting through the shaft. You can really see, like...
But that's what you're going to do to the golf ball.
Okay.
And the reason I wanted a lob wedge is I want to encourage you to hit this low and no contact with you at all, Alex. What this shows you within 5 minutes is how much have I got to do it to make an effect.
I feel like I'm really moving a long way, this way, like left. So...
And what I'll do is I'll record a few of these.
Here we go.
So
I don't want to hit my side.
can you just do me one more, please?
Practice swing.
Yeah, one more
Okay.
without the ball, halfway back, halfway through, totally exaggerated. Lovely. Now, can you hit me 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Real gentle.
I went forwards there because that was a shank.
Keep going.
This feels like I'm moving so much ahead of the ball. It's crazy for me because I'm usually back here.
And I'm also going to show you in a second your impact position as it was versus how it is there.
Okay.
Once we then take that away, I want you repeating that same feeling completely.
Okay, so this is just to get that feeling of...
This is it's a great feedback, because if it belts you, you stop short of the ball. It just brings you to a grinding halt.
Okay.
But it also just shows you how much the feeling's got to be, doesn't it? It feels excessive, yeah?
Massively. I can't probably put into words how much that feels like so excessive in this feeling. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try one more as low as we can. Move on it.
Okay, that's fine. Come and have a look. Let's take a little
Let's have a
look.
look at this.
And then what we do is we get rid of that, but we're going to repeat exactly the same feeling
with my club.
with perhaps a 9-iron or something.
Okay.
Like that.
So you'd still go then to a very lofted club.
Always initially, because I want you to lower the flight. I want you to keep always feeling like it's going to come down, down, down.
So it's fair to say with sort of 7-iron, you could just sort of hit better ones, but not really know you're doing it. Whereas choosing a high lofted club, you can really see a big difference in that launch and that overall height.
You know, when you watch good players hitting
Pitching,
wedges
yeah.
and pitching, it's low, it's spinny.
That's not me.
Rare, floaty, it doesn't happen. It's low, it's compressed. It's why I want you to learn this with a wedge, because this is going to lead us into improving your wedge play, for sure.
Okay.
Like massive. Let's put you versus you.
So on the left here, that is my drill swing. On the right, that is my sort of normal swing.
Yep, there's our hand positioning. How much shaft lean you got there, Alex?
A little bit.
Not much, and the sternum, as you can see, is well behind.
Behind the ball, yeah.
Here on the left is just now.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We can work with that, can't we?
That felt very exaggerated. What I like is this. Look at my logo, and I feel like my chest is more like literally feels like it's down here.
Down and left.
Whereas here it feels.
Look at the head positioning.
Yeah.
The head position on the old one is down, and as we look at it, to our left.
If I said to you, like, I've been not working on my head position per se since I was a kid, but I remember having lessons as a kid, and I was always like this.
Yeah, and it still is a little bit.
But really, the root cause is the fact that,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not moving enough.
The sternum's not there, and the hands have got to be a lot more left than you think at this point. I think it's hard to overdo this at this stage.
Okay.
But you've got to try to.
Yeah, I really felt like I was there.
If this becomes the norm,
Yep.
you are a better striker
Yep.
than this guy.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah.
And there really is no reason why it couldn't be the norm.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to work on it.
So do you want me to hit any more with this
No,
now?
I want you to try your own club now.
Go and get a lofted club.
I'd go with about a wedge or a 9.
You tell me.
Go wedge. And then we're going to try and really get that sternum over it. Hands are going to be well forward, and you can hit it out as low as you feel you can.
It's almost like, imagine for people making this as simple as possible. This is very simple, but it's like, imagine I'm sitting under a tree.
Yeah, I've got a tree branch here.
Yeah.
And I want you to hit a wedge underneath it. That's the feeling.
Half swing.
Yeah, just half to start with. I'll just move out the way in case you shank it. How does that feel?
That felt so solid. Like, I felt like, I don't know, I feel like, oh my God. I felt like I could put I felt pressure in the shaft.
This is you now on the left here. This is
Yeah.
your last one.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting scenario because what we've got here is you've got your old impact position on the right.
Yeah.
You've got the one you've just done here on the left where your head is definitely better
way
in
better.
terms of the golf ball.
Yeah.
And the hands are forward better.
Yeah.
However, if we now take the one you did with the stick there, Alex,
Yeah.
that's a league again.
Yeah.
So there's still room here. There's still room.
Okay, right. I'm going to just make this feel stupid. Like, absolutely
This is why, though, I think being able to show you,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd convince you just telling
No,
you.
you wouldn't,
I'm
Nick.
not
You
sure
wouldn't, no.
because you have to see it to believe that actually you're not here when you
Yeah.
think you're there.
Yeah.
You're not here when you think you
You're
are.
there.
And I think that's something for club golfers to realise that when your mate says you're doing this or doing that, you've got to see this to genuinely get that to log in your head. Say, actually, I need more. I've got to do more than this.
I totally agree. Like,
And I like the shaft. It's a simple concept, but I
Yeah.
like it because there's nowhere to hide.
it's almost people's eyes and ears, that shaft drill.
Yeah.
Because it's their version of video. Have I done it wrong? Well, okay, I've hit my side. Have I done it right? I haven't hit it.
And after a while, and you can stand there and pitch them out without it touching you at all, you know you're doing it better.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wow.
Now you're going to hit the ball lower.
I hit that really hard, but it came out a lot lower than I thought.
It's going to come out, the ball is going to come out lower but spinnier. Your yardages will change because you're taking what you would normally have, say, a wedge. You will now have made that loft slightly stronger.
Would it be fair to say, I'm not going to say you're not going to say I'm going to be a club longer, but I could easily be like 6, 7 yards, 10 yards longer with each club, roughly.
I honestly think you probably will be a club longer.
Okay.
Once you've... Yeah, I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation, actually. I think you got 4 degrees between each iron. Well, Alex, that's 8 degrees between your old and that. So even if you ended up half of that, I think a club should be your expectation, certainly.
Okay, well, I wasn't expect you to say that.
Love
Wow.
it. Love it.
Oh my God.
It's an exciting thing to happen.
Yeah, it's a bizarre feeling because if you asked me to do that before, I'd have worried about it going over here.
Yep. And I think with your old swing path, it probably would have done. It's a lovely flight, isn't it?
I'm actually releasing it but getting my hands ahead.
Like that.
Because before, and I think that's why I felt like this in the past to try and hit a straight shot because I was so scared of this.
Yep.
Right? And then now I feel like I can get as far ahead right now, because obviously I'm exaggerating this, but I don't feel like I'm holding it off. I feel like I'm still...
You're going to get to a point where you can actually clear your chest very, very early and exit left without any fear of it going there.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so you really recommend people doing maybe 10, 20 shots with a short iron to start with?
This would help so many people with something as simple as an old sand wedge and a stick.
Yeah.
It would help so many people.
I know what I'm doing in the garden. I'm not really looking where I'm aiming here, but that just felt really good. Right, I'm going to try and aim towards that target again.
And the sound is different, isn't it?
Different
When you get that lovely compression.
I can't believe how low I'm in it.
Fantastic.
I feel like I can hit the ball hard.
Yeah, it's good.
Which, for a golfer that's always just sort of prides himself on nerdling it round and just going, yeah, I can hit a little bit of a chippy one, I'll hit a chippy one. And as I go through a round, I get even more chippy, I get even shorter.
I think you can be aggressive here.
Yeah.
That's the best one you've hit.
That's crazy. Anders, that's awesome. Well, that's what you know you need to work on to get your hands ahead. Please make sure you use that drill. I know what I'm going to be doing.